Seems no, there's a tree sign.
Thank you. Yeah, well, thank you for coming. Have a good day. All right, where are you guys from?
Tinley Park, Illinois.
Tinley Park, Chicago.
Yes.
I call all that area Chicago.
They're Chicago, okay.
We get a lot of people from Chicago. We'll come in here and I'll tell you about the burial chambers. Wait till I get the rest of these gentlemen in here. Are you here for the jamboree tomorrow?
We are.
Is that right? What time does that start?
I believe 10 o'clock it's the first thing. All the lineup starts at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I think the parade actually noon.
Afternoon?
Yeah.
Noon.
Yeah. Last time on April the 15th, that's the day Lincoln died, they had a big ceremony out here. We're supposed to be outside and all that. It rained, and they had to bring him in here, and it was just so crowded. And then we were having buses come in, and it was just an unbelievable day. So, all right, this is the burial chambers, the final resting place for Abraham Lincoln and his family. First of all, I'm going to point out to you this stone here. This is a one-piece red Arkansas marble stone. It weighs 7 tons. Lincoln is buried 30 inches behind this stone. He's 10 foot down. He's encased in concrete and iron. His family's right behind you. Encrypted in the wall is like Mary, Eddie, Willie, and Thomas. Now Robert, the only son that lived to be an adult, he's buried in Arlington Cemetery at the request of his wife. Lincoln's ancestors came from England, and when they came over to this country, they settled in 4 different states. These flags represent those states, and those states are Massachusetts, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. Virginia is where both of Lincoln's parents originated from. You have the American flag, for which he fought so hard to preserve the Union. On this side represents where Lincoln lived. He was born in Kentucky, lived in Indiana, Illinois. This last flag is the presidential flag of the United States, the one that the president uses today, and is the only one allowed to use this flag. We have this flag because it was given to us by a president. Now, the ceiling in here is 23-karat gold leaf. On April the 15th, 1865, at 7:22 a.m. in the morning, when Lincoln passed away, Secretary of War Edwin Stanton said now he belongs to the ages. And when they built this tomb, they thought it was fitting and proper to put those words here in the burial chambers. Now, Eddie died here in Springfield at the age of 3 from tuberculosis. Willie died in the White House at age 11 from typhoid fever. Thomas died at the age of 18 from a lung infection, and Mary was living in town with her sister when she passed away at 63 from a stroke. As I said before, Robert was the only son to live to be an adult. He lived to be 82 years old. When he passed away, he was living in Vermont. He had 3 children, 1 son, 2 daughters. The son was Abraham Lincoln II. He died at 16 years of age from blood poisoning. The 2 daughters lived to be an adult. They both married. Between the 2 of them, they had 3 children, but they never had any children. So the last living relative of Lincoln died in 1985. His name was Robert Lincoln Beckwith. Now, this tomb is owned by the state of Illinois. The cemetery is owned by the city of Springfield. Oak Ridge Cemetery is the largest cemetery in the state of Illinois. There's 365 acres out here. There's 4 governors buried on the property, and there's 80 species of trees planted on the ground. So it's beautiful out here in the summertime. The oldest part of the cemetery is north of here. That's where Lincoln's law partner, Mr. Herndon, and all his friends are buried back there. And if you want to drive back there and visit those graves, you can do that. But we also have a lady named Nellie Jones buried back there. Now, you don't know who Nellie Jones is. Nobody does. But I bring her name up for one reason only. Her dad was kind of famous. Her dad was Ulysses S. Grant.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, we're the 2nd most visited cemetery in the country. Arlington's number 1, and we're proud to be number 2. So we get a lot of people through here during the year. And throughout the years, there's been 18 presidents that have visited this tomb. And you could be standing where one of them has been. Now, under Lincoln's administration, he started the Department of Agriculture in 1862. He's also made Thanksgiving a national holiday. You can thank Mr. Lincoln for getting off on Thanksgiving. He's also was the tallest president we ever had, 6'4". James Madison was the shortest, 5'4". And Lincoln is the only president that holds a patent in the patent office to this day. Now, you saw the bus out there, Mr. Lincoln with the shiny nose. That's done by a man named Higginborgo. He's famous for doing Mount Rushmore. He did Mount Rushmore, that's what he's famous for. The nose is shiny because they rub it for good luck. That started back in World War II. The soldiers would come out here to visit the tomb. Before they went off to war, they started rubbing his nose for good luck, and that tradition has stuck ever since. So, and kids ask me, does it bring you good luck? I don't know. Last week I rubbed it and found a dime in the parking lot. So
There you go.
I got paid a dime that day.
That's your bonus.
What was his patent?
His patent was to lift flatboats over obstacles in the river. And probably did that when he was down in New Salem. I'm not sure. I have to research that.
They mentioned that, but they didn't say patent.
He patented, but to be honest with you, it was never put into use. He didn't have a patent on it, but it was never put into use. So.
Can you hold the flag?
Sure can. Now people ask, who was the president who gave us this flag?
Yeah.
Well,
When did you get it?
well, I'm going to tell you. We're 75% sure it came from Ronald Reagan. Because administrations were changing at the time and Bush 1 was coming in. So we're about 75%. And it makes sense because Reagan was the only president that was ever born in Illinois.
Right.
And he took a great interest in Lincoln and that. So.
What were the other presidents that had prisoners?
Well, I can't name them all, but I can name a few for you. Of course, Mr. Grant, Andrew Johnson, Hoover, John F. Kennedy, LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson, because kids don't know who LBJ is. Eisenhower, Truman, Franklin Roosevelt, I can't name them all, but that's a few
That's
of
good.
them. That's a few of them that's been here. You know, I was never here when anyone was here. I've been asked that before. Were you here when you were? No, I was not. No, I was alive, but I wasn't here on some of them. Now I can tell you a little bit more if you want to listen.